Now, Alex, your family thinks you're freaking insane, am I right?
That's definitely true. Yeah, my family doesn't understand. I have a bunch of sailors in my family too, but nothing like this. So it's been kind of like equated to a road trip. And that's how I've talked to my family about this trip the entire time. It's like,
okay, so who's the paranoid one? Who's the one that?
Oh, my mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Totally my mom. And she's been like.
Now your parents are together?
They're together.
And so she's just making your father miserable.
Yeah. So like every time I call my dad, I'm like, it's like, hey dad. It's like, hey, let me talk to your mother. Here you go. Okay. And that's how it happens. And they've been so open about like me using my phone in the Bahamas, where it's like $2 a minute, and it's like I'm not gonna spend $2 a minute to do that. You know, it's ridiculous.
But your father needs the break from your mom because she cares about her son, and so you know this is for Zach. I completely understand it. I mean, I get it because you know it's in his blood. Yeah. But for you,
yeah, it was a little bit more of a jump, I guess. You know, at first we thought that I would have more experience because I came from more of a sailing background, but now it's totally found out that it does not matter how much sailing experience you have. It's cruising what you really want to know: how to anchor, how to do the essential things to keep you alive and afloat. And
so you've got sailing experience.
Yeah. I sailed through high school and I sailed through college, but on small boats, on dinghies, which are half the size of our boat. You know. So, and that, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, I know how to trim a sail, I know how to steer a boat, but I can't anchor and I can't, you know, pull up at a dock that well, you know what I mean? Like, those essential things.
Those are the things that
matter more than...
That Zach's been helping, and so between you two, you kind of you get it. And
well, it's mostly been figuring out on the road. You know, like, we've been learning as we go, the entire way. So,
okay, like, I'm gonna back out, and if you guys can get just a little closer so I can hear you.
Yeah.
Now, the beginning of this trip was October 1st. You guys left.
Yep.
And you say it's a 6-month trip.
Yeah.
Why is it a 6-month trip? Why does it end after 6 months?
That's a good question.
Is that a hard number, or is
that's a soft number for sure. The only thing is that we have to get out of the Bahamas or somewhere before hurricane season comes in.
Okay, so what's the furthest point you guys are shooting for?
Right now it's Georgetown, which is at the southern end of the Exumas. So it's pretty much you get there, and in early May you decide, do you have to go way further south to get south of the hurricanes, or do you run all the way back north? And so that's the big jump for us. You know, are we going to start doing a career, getting jobs, any of that, or do we do a whole nother year in the islands?
Well, that was my question. You do realize when you go back, you're going to get married, have kids, and all the problems I have. So I mean, that's really the question. Is you guys are going to have a point of, you know, some real soul searching of who am I?
Yeah.
Because after this, you guys are going to see each other, you know, every other Christmas, or you know, visit each other. Or
yeah, that's nuts.
Okay. Now that being said, you guys have been like really close, and I said it. I said we threw over some food that our wonderful steward threw over Kevin today. And I watched you guys just like, oh God, and I said to my son, I'm like, look, I know what that's like. It's not so much that it's not so much that it's food that they did not make.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nothing that they've tried.
Put forth.
Yeah. It's just, you know, that kindness of others, you know, helping you out.
Yeah.
And that's just
every
day what makes it keep going.
Tomorrow morning, if you guys let me, I want to, in the daylight, I want to videotape how small your boat really is.
Yeah, definitely.
And the kind of space. Talk a little bit about how you deal being like that. You know, you guys are obviously good friends. You went to high school together, but that's some really tight space.
Yeah, that's a tight space. Yeah, and it's.
I mean, you guys have gotten on your nerves a bunch of times, but how do you deal with that? How do you you guys must have like a kill word or a. I need to be on this 6 inches of the boat, and you need to be on the other 6 inches.
It hasn't gotten that bad yet, but it's definitely, you know, like we are just open and honest, and we talk about like what's pissing us off at that moment, at that time, and I think that is a big thing that keeps the boat going. You know, like if we're pissed off, like earlier today, I was pissed off at Zach. He was being sarcastic, and I was just like, "What the fuck? Stop being sarcastic." I'm sorry. Yeah, like,
no, that's fine.
and like we're just open and honest about it, and it blew over after that. You know.
Well, and I imagine the highs, like when you went to the the Simona. Yeah, going to see something like that, it's got to be such an experience.
Exactly, it's just that day-to-day experience, and it can't.
Yeah, and even just the crossing to the Bahamas, just being psyched up together. But the other part of it is, even no matter how open and honest we are, and like how much we try to get along, like given the physical limitations, you are violating like the physical primacy of man. That you are in my space and you cannot get out of it, given the limitations of a boat. And like that is the essential problem. So it's that like when we're on shore, just like naturally giving each other space and just trying to work that out once in a while, and just like understand that like I like you, but like get away from me right now, because this is not enough room for two humans.
Okay, I know nothing about boats, so describe what the Elaine B is.
Okay, it's a twin keel, 24-foot British make. It's a Vivacity 24, and it's typically known as a British Channel boat. So you can run it up on the beach, and it won't tilt on either side. It will just sit there because there's two keels running off either side of the boat.
Okay.
So it's a very sturdy boat. It was built way back when, and it's definitely seaworthy.
And it served you guys well.
Oh,
and today you guys were you guys were able to tack a little tighter to the wind than we were.
Yeah,
and you guys were kind of using it. I saw you guys kind of smirking, going, "We're taking them."
Well, like we don't head upwind that well.
Yeah.
But compared to a catamaran, it's definitely.
Yeah. So it's it's really nice taking such an old boat, a boat with so much history, and putting all this work we put into it, and being like, yeah, we're in the Bahamas, and it's in the best shape it's been in 20 years, and doing great, holding its own.
Okay, now I'm gonna throw this up on the internet in 2 parts.
Okay.
And so if you guys want to, and it's totally up to you, if you guys want to lead this to your friends and like link it on Facebook and all that, so they can see it. Do you guys want to say some stuff to a couple of people?
Oh.
I'll start with Zach.
Zach, say it. You have to.
Right.
I think you got to say something to your cousin, your uncle.
Well,
I
would obviously like to thank my Uncle Rudy. He's made this trip happen. I'm in Bimini right now. I'm meeting all these wonderful people. I'm living the life that you've explained and told me about, and we are becoming sailors. And for Todd, that this is also what you experience, and what again and again you have foretold, that we will meet these people, we will have these experiences. We're like, oh, that's what, I don't know. And here we are, and it's something very special. And my parents for letting me, and everyone that's helped me along this journey. It's been something absolutely spectacular. And I'm in Bimini in the Bahamas because I sailed here. It's insane.
Okay, Alex.
Well, I have to thank Todd and Rudy as well. They've been mentors and guidance beyond just sailing, but as mentality and just as something more than just the physical part of the boat. It's been mental and all that stuff, state of mind. But I have to thank my parents and for letting me come, and I don't know. Thanks, Zach. For basically hooking up the boat.
Well, guys, it's been an absolute thrill to meet you, and I wish you the absolute best. And we got a lobster dinner tonight, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. And we're hanging at the Big Game Club, and thank you very much for your time, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Alan.
Yeah, thanks.